On the court, all stars make assists look easy. Behind the back, no look, or off the backboard, they're dropping dimes nonstop. That's how we feel about coverage and savings. Combine your home and auto with State Farm and start your own assist highlight reel. After all, even all stars need an assist. Call State Farm agent Paul Darning for help combining your home and auto and enjoy the savings. Dial 219-884-6947 or visit www.pauldarning.com. That's PAULDAWNING.com. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I am your host, Kevin King. He is I, and I am him, the 800 Credit Score Man himself. And again, thank each and every one of you for coming in and listening to the show every Saturday, 1:30 Central Standard Time. That means it's 11:30 a.m. on the West Coast. And again, thank each and every one of you. So look, I have asked you guys every week, or probably every other week at least, to share this show with all of your friends and your family. Now, this week, seriously, you need to share this show with your friends and your family and even your enemies, because today we're going to talk about what happened during the week with Equifax. Now, if you haven't heard about what's going on with Equifax, I'm going to break everything down for you today. I'm going to tell you my opinion on what's going on and what you should do to help protect yourself. And I'm going to give you the information that you can get with Equifax and try to help protect yourself as well, and find out all of the information that you need to make sure that your own personal financial information is safe and secure. So we're going to dig into that today. Now, we are going to do some of the things that we typically do as well. I'm going to do some shout outs. If you're new to the show, welcome everybody to the show. If you're new at all, I'm going to give shout outs like I always do. Shout outs will be about somebody's birthday or anniversary, a crossing anniversary, something like that. And if you have anniversary or you need a shout out, you want a shout out, you give me a call. I'll just give you a shout out just for shout out's sake. So you can contact me at 800 creditscoreman@gmail.com. You can contact me there, and also follow me on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I absolutely follow you back, and that's at creditscore_man on Twitter. So look, we're going to dig into that today. I'm still going to do some shout outs. What we aren't going to do today is we won't have a question of the day. For all of the regular listeners, you know that the question of the day comes from you, the listeners. And typically what happens, you send me a question, typically by 800creditscoreman@gmail.com. Or if you're on Facebook, I'm 800 Credit Score Man there. Even on Instagram and Tumblr, I'm 800 Credit Score Man there. If you sent me a message and a question, then typically I answer your question, and then you may be part of the 800 Credit Score Man Show family, because I might use your question right here on the show. I only use your first name and the state that you're calling from or that you're emailing me from, and I give that question out to the general audience, and we answer that question on the air, and that's how you become part of the 800 Credit Score Man Show family. So send me that information. We're not going to do the question of the day today, because this Equifax situation, if you will, is huge, and there's a lot of things I need to tell you about, a lot of things I need you to look out for, so you make sure that you protect yourself. You know that the whole point and purpose of this show is to help you increase your credit scores so you can get the best interest rates possible when you want to go buy something, and that's going to save you money in the end, right? So that's what we're going to do today. Now, since we're not going to have the question of the day, if we were going to have it, you know who sponsors it, and that's Cute as a Cupcake, the cupcakery and bake shop where the cupcakes are more than just cute, they're delicious. You guys get by Cute as a Cupcake at 2008 West 81st in Maryville, Indiana, and you tell them that the 800 Credit Score Man sent you. All right, so look, let me jump right into this whole Equifax thing. I got to give my first shout out and my thank you. I got this information first Now, you know I received it like 50 million times, right? But I got this information first from my wife, Yolanda. So I want to give her a big shout out, say thank you very much for sending me this information. So when other people send it to me, I was already on top of it. And that's because she helped the brother out. So I appreciate that. So look, the whole thing that happened with Equifax this week, they had a huge data breach. And what they're saying to us is that 143 million people information that's on your credit report was compromised. So somebody got into their system and they were able to get 143 million people's information. You could be part of that information part that has been retrieved. Now, this is what they'll have if they have 143 people on there. I've told you guys plenty before. There's a little over 200 million people in the credit scoring system altogether. So to get 143, it's more than half. It's probably 60, 70, maybe 75% of the people will be impacted by this particular breach. So you got to make sure that you're on top of it so you can protect yourself. So here's the first thing that they said. Of course, they said 143 million people were breached by this. The second thing they said, here's the kind of information that they got. What did they get? All that they need. They got your name. They have your social security number. They have your date of birth. They have your address. They have your employer information. All of that information that you have on your credit report, they have it as well. So they have your account information. Now, typically, your account number isn't on your credit report per se. If you went out and you have a car and GMAC financed it, your entire account number may not be on your credit report for that particular one, but they have the information to know that you have a vehicle with GMAC and you happen to pay $545 a month for it. So they have that kind of information as well. Not to mention that 209,000 people have had credit card information taken. And when I say credit card information, I mean your entire credit card number, all 16 numbers. When you got to go in somewhere and you calling and making a payment over the phone or whatever, and you got to type in all 16 numbers, they have all 16 numbers as well for at least 209,000 people as well. So it's very important. It's going to be very, very, very important over the next, who knows how long, 6 months, maybe even a year, for you to stay on top of your credit and your credit situation so you do not fall victim to some kind of fraud, all right? So you know that information is out there. So what else do we know? And here's what I want you to do. First of all, if you want to find out, and you should, I'm telling you, everybody here that is listening to the sound of my voice, make sure you go to this website and you find out if you were impacted by this. Keep listening to the show because I'm going to tell you to do some things. Even if you aren't impacted by this, I'm going to tell you to do some things to help protect yourself. So here's where you go. You go to www.equifaxsecurity2017.com. So that's Equifax Security 2017.com. That's the website that you want to go to. If you didn't get a chance to write that down, you're not sure where to go, listen to the show again. It is on iTunes and podcasts all over the place. So listen to the show again, as well as follow me at 800 Credit Score Man on Instagram and on Facebook. Join my Facebook group, Credit Score Comeback. That group is really popping with all of this information. I'm going to post all of this information everywhere that I am. So I'm also on Twitter at Credit Score _man. So on Twitter, I'm Credit Score _man there. I'm going to post all this information. So you want to go to this website, www.equifax, and Equifax is spelled EQUIFAX, security 2017.com, all one word. You want to go there. Once you get there, you're going to click on the tab that says check potential impact. Once you click on that tab, They'll send you somewhere else, of course, and you'll click on the tab that says the same thing, basically. Check potential impact. Go ahead and click on that. What they'll be asking you for, of course, they need some identifying information, which is scary in itself because they just told you that somebody stole your info, but they're going to ask for some identifying information. What they're going to ask for is your last name, and they're going to ask for your last 6 numbers of your Social Security. So typically, anywhere you go, if they want to ask you for your Social Security number, they're going to ask you for the last 4. They're asking for the last 6 numbers of your Social Security number. So you're going to put that information in. And fortunately, people started complaining earlier on when this came out, and they were trying to get on the website, and they weren't getting any information back right away. They weren't told how they were going to receive the information or anything. So now, once you do that, instantly, you'll get a pop-up, and it'll tell you if you've been breached, if you haven't been breached. And I'll tell you this. So, of course, I went on. Just imagine 143 million people. Even if just 10% right now are trying to get on, it may not work. So I went on. First time I clicked the button, nothing happened. I immediately clicked it again, and I did get on the system, but I have heard lots of complaints about people that couldn't get on the system. So what I did that. I put in my information, put in my social, and all that kind of stuff. And here's what I got back instantly. I got back, thank you. Yeah, thank you for nothing. I got back, thank you. Based on the information provided, we believe that your personal information may have been impacted by this incident. So that's what I got back immediately on the same web page. It just popped to another one, and that's what they told me. Then also it said, click the button below to continue your enrollment in Trusted ID Premier. Now let me tell you about this whole Trusted ID Premier thing. So here's what's going on. So since they had this breach, right, and all these people are impacted by this breach, they want to give you some free credit monitoring service. And again, it is free. The monitoring service is going to be for 1 year, and it's going to be powered or run by the people I just mentioned, which is Trusted ID Premier. They're going to run this particular thing for Equifax, so you get this free credit monitoring. So that's what's going on here. So that's the response that I got back. So they're telling you about this particular one. Once you click on that information to get enrolled or not get enrolled, they're going to send you not an email, but again, at the same website, the next thing after you push the button, what's going to happen, you're going to get another pop-up basically that says, thank you. Your enrollment date for Trusted ID Premier is such and such. So they're not taking right now. So if you say, okay, I've been breached, I want to enroll in this free credit monitoring thing, so I make sure that there's no fraud or nobody gets to steal my identity. They're not letting you enroll right now. So they're delaying enrollment until Monday. I have no idea how it's rolling out, if they're going by last name, if they're going by the last number, your Social Security number, how they're going to roll it out. But everybody can't do it all at the same time per their system. So people will start on Monday. My date, the date that they gave me, was for Tuesday the 12th. They said, come back to this website, and then you can continue enrolling in the free credit monitoring if you want, if you want the free credit monitoring. All right. So that's what you need to do. Now, here's something else that you absolutely need to know. This is the last communication you're going to get from them. So if you go on and you get that, based on so-and-so, you've been impacted, and you don't screenshot it or you don't write it down or something, you're not going to get anything else from them. The only people that they are notifying by mail are the people that were impacted, those 209,000 people who they have their actual credit card numbers stolen. So people with their credit card numbers stolen, those people are going to get mailings that says, hey, your credit card number has been stolen. Everybody else, you're not getting anything. So you've got to proactively go on and make sure that you do this yourself. So what I did, of course, is I screenshotted everything. So once I went from one page to the next page, I just did a screenshot.